I'm Taryn Lewis.
And I'm Quentin Lewis, and we are Urban Eden.
Hey, it's Kellen, and today on Diversified Game, I have Taryn and Quentin Lewis from Herb in Eden, a Black-owned soap company. I got this, note from one of my friends and clients, Phil.
He said, I really
like this soap. So I said, hold on, I got to check out this soap and the creators and the owners of it so they can give us the game before they are in Forbes, before they are, just so big. We got to go through, 10 people just to get them and on the buyout. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to get right to it just because, I have like maybe half a coof, half a manners, and I just want to know, Black soap, how did it begin? What was the first step? Because, people could say soap is easy to make, but I don't think so because I don't know how to do it. And, then to put it out for consumption and dealing with, the pandemic and everything else, what were the steps of, getting here to where you're at?
So I was pretty much looking for a skill to get into. I literally went and bought a book about crafts. And from there, there was a little insert in there about soap making. So I just ordered all of the materials. And at that time, I was just doing like a melt and pour where you buy the base and melt it down and add the additives to it. And that kind of just sparked my interest for soap making in general once I made it, because the first soap I ever made was like a lavender soap. So I was like, wow, you could put lavender essential oils and lavender herbs in it. And I was like, wow, and you use this every day to take a shower. And so Quentin, after some time of just me doing it as a hobby, he was like, you should learn how to make it from scratch. And I was looking like, what? Like, wait a second, I got to learn how to make the soap from scratch. And so I went and bought a soap making kit. And from there, I was making it from scratch. So the soap making kit that I got, I used vegetable oils like coconut oil, palm oil, olive oil, and a little bit of castor oil to make the soap. You combine that with sodium hydroxide and then add herbs and essential oils from there. And I was just blown away by that process of being able to combine these ingredients and allow it to cure for about 24 hours. And from there, allow it to sit in the mold, and then it cures for 4 to 6 weeks afterwards. But after that, you get the final product, which is a bar of soap. So from there, I was just amazed because you could take a shower and be able to use these herbs and essential oils every day and get the healing properties from these herbs and essential oils in your shower. So it was just the go. And we make one of our most popular soaps is the activated charcoal soap, which is the black soap that you're talking about. We don't make African black soap, but a lot of the ingredients that we use, like the coconut oil, palm oil, shea butter, all of those ingredients are used to make African black soap as well.
Okay, and when you mention Africa on this channel, I should have like a buzzer and balloons should come down. Have you gotten any orders yet from Africa, or is any of the product that you use directly coming from Ghana, Kenya, Cameroon? I haven't forgot about you.
Yes, our shea butter comes from we get it locally here, but the guy who gets it, he's African and he gets it from Africa. So we use shea butter. We have to strain it out because it'll come with like bugs and debris and everything in it. So we just have to strain it out. But yes, we get our and actually a lot of palm oil comes from Africa as well. Our palm oil comes from Africa, sustainable palm oil at that. It comes from Indonesia.
I'm not sure for that. The palm oil, I don't think that comes from that. They use the red palm oil in Africa.
We did used to use that though. We used it for a second. We used it in our chamomile and calendula bar. Now it used to be like this pure yellow bar because we use red palm oil, but now we stopped using that because red palm oil can be, quite staining. So we switched over to a different palm oil.
Okay. I mean, we use palm oil for the food many a times. I know the Minister of Wellness would probably say, stop using that, brother. That's killing you. But I love the Minister of Wellness.
I don't see what's wrong with the palm. I mean, people drive cars, use gasoline. We write on paper. We drink coffee. I mean, these are things that contribute to the same way I think a palm oil would do as well.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, I'm having fun, and I don't know. I'm 200 pounds for a reason, because I like to eat, and my wife, she likes to cook because that's just that's the way we are, and I like to cook too. My kids even like to cook, but with this product and coming from Africa, you say with the bugs in it. See, that's a process many people they have never seen. So I'd love to see the videos on that. But could we in America? Because once this comes to the boule and the bougie and the yuppies in the suburbs, they'll say, give it to us with the bugs. We want to wash ourselves with the natural bugs on it because we found some research. Could we ever get a designer's mix with the bugs? That's crazy me thinking of the future, asking for that just to, as an art piece. Maybe it's an NFT. I don't know. But, with the bugs in it, would that harm us?
Of course it wouldn't harm you, but it's really just for the look, because I've been on Facebook and I've seen people make statuses about, oh my gosh, I bought some lettuce and they had a caterpillar on it. Like, I mean, lettuce does come from the ground. That's very possible.
Right.
And I've even known somebody who messaged me about somebody else's product that they use, but there was a bug in the body butter. And she was like, look at this. And I was like, well, more than likely she gets her shea butter from Africa. And, the person had to, give her another body butter that didn't have a bug in it. So people don't necessarily want to see bugs in their products. So that would have to be a special subset for people who are interested in that.
So we'll talk after about how do we get our own bar, not just for influencers, but folks like little old me who say, I'll take the bug bar and let me run it and do my thing, because I bet you there's there's an outlet and people, oh, did you say Africa and bugs? Oh my God. So now when you're starting this business, where does the funding come from? So many times people watch Shark Tank and they say, oh, this business could blow up, grow up if I can get it on a Shark Tank or a Lion's Den, whether you're watching it in Canada or Kenya or somewhere else, folks. But how, do you get the funding? And did you guys ever go after angels or venture capitalists?
No, we started literally from our own, what, you bought a soap kit.
I bought a soap kit. And I mean, we both had jobs when we first started. So a lot of the money that we were putting into the business in the beginning was from our jobs, working our jobs.
Yeah,
much.
So we had no venture capital, just started with our own money and just worked our way up little bit by little bit. This was back in unofficially 2014, 2015. We officially started the business in 2016 on paper. We filed the business in January 2016. So no. We haven't gotten, we just now started getting some angel investor interest last year, but we still haven't taken any angel money though, or venture capital money.
Oh, I love to hear that. Just, growing it piece by piece, because Quentin, the majority of the audience are listeners and on Apple especially. And so they'll hear Quentin Lewis, that sounds like some old money. And yeah, man, old money, so that he used his own old money to put this business together. I love to hear that. Where's the order, like the furthest that it's come from that you were surprised, like, wow, they ordered our bars?
What do you say? Like, what was the most surprising order?
Yeah, like from what, city or country, region, world.
From Amsterdam. We I think it was either Amsterdam or Nova Scotia, but I was looking, I thought somebody was frauding, I thought it was a fraud address, because I was like, what is this saying? And it said, I can't remember if it was said Amsterdam or Nova Scotia, or honestly, I think it said the Netherlands, honestly. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what is this? And I was like, wow, we have somebody ordered from the Netherlands. We do have international orders, but the Netherlands just was like, wow.
I think, well, I don't think I don't remember a particular place, but I do remember Something like when you have all these orders sometimes, and you don't know who's ordering from you. A lot of times, like a lot of people, they might be hitting you up on Instagram. Your Instagram name is not the same name that you're probably ordering with and stuff like that. Yeah, so you don't even be knowing. So like when we've had like some WNBA ball player was ordering from us for quite some time, we didn't even know. Who else do we have ordering from us for quite some time? That was probably one of the most surprising. We had a WNBA player that was ordering from us for a while. And then they reached out, then the agent and her had reached out to us, was like, hey, we want to do some work with you guys. So that was like a surprising one to me.
No, this is nice. So it started off as a hobby. Now it's a full business. Are you both full time now in the business, and have you left the jobs?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we
left our jobs in Well, I personally left mine in 2016.
Yeah, she left in 2016. Around the same time, because I actually had a business before this business. I was doing landscape design and like gardening. So I had a business then, and I stopped doing that one in like
2017.
In 2017 fully. So we've been full time with this business for a second.
No, I love to hear that. And so people know, because they say, oh, they have the same last name. Let me just make sure people understand. You guys are a couple, a married couple, working together. I hear so often people say, how do you and your wife work together? People ask me, because Quentin, you're not like me, but they say, how does your wife put up with you? With your crazy self. And I say, hey, Quentin is the model, high value married man. He ain't never lied. He ain't no mistakes on his.
Don't hype him up.
Don't hype, yeah.
Don't hype him up.
It ain't, we oh boy, like it's cool, but it's definitely a challenge, man. I mean, just the balance of trying to talk business and dealing with the household, and we don't have children, so I mean that does. I guess that maybe does help us to be able to like focus on each other. Like say if we're not doing something in the business, we can have a conversation between me and her and things like that. So I think it's been the pros outweigh the cons. I would say that the pros outweigh the cons, because I mean, what'd you say? Pros outweigh the cons, right?
Oh, they definitely do. The pros outweigh the cons. I wouldn't trade it for the world, even though we argue truly like a married couple.
Yeah.
We just went on a walk and was over there
bickering.
We wasn't arguing. We just like bickered, just back and forth. And we're both Virgos. We're 10 days apart. I'm 10 days older than him, so
Oh gosh.
Well, okay. And for those folks who are listening who say, "Man, I'm in a marriage, or I'm a couple, and we're working it out together." For a man, I'm gonna say what Quentin can't say because he's a real gentleman. There's times I want to bring stuff up in business, but I also want my romance, to be cool. So I know if I say this thing, I'm gonna mess it up, right? But I know I gotta say it. Do you guys? And again, we're not here yet, so I gotta ask y'all the experts. Do you guys have like some safe words or some things that, okay, if I ask you about business and you get upset, you can't bring it over into the personal life because I still want to have that romantic time and I had this whole date planned out. Like, how do you, do that dance?
That's a good question.
I think I'm a little into the balance more than Quentin is, because Quentin is going to talk about business on a date and anytime. He is very business minded. So he's going to talk about business all the time. There's times when I have to be like, we're not going to talk about business. We're going to go on this date. We're going to go on this vacation, even though we still find a way to talk about it somehow. But I'll be like, we're not really going to talk about this right now, because I know, just knowing me, sometimes it can be a lot of mental, it can take up a lot of mental capacity to talk about business when I'm trying to be like, in good spirits and be friends, you just got to kind of balance and set those roles where they are.
No, you're right. I mean, also too, I'm like she said, I'm the one that's very business heavy, business centric or whatnot. She's more of she brings that balance because we gotta eat. So she'll cook the food and she makes these juices, and I'll just keep on going, interview after interview or a meeting or something like that. I'm taking all that type of stuff. So
I set up a lot of the dates too. Like I'll be like, let's go out to eat or something, or go on a date somewhere. So I just try to keep that He has a friend though that he talks to literally every day, and they talk about business. And I think that that's a good outlet for him to not have to talk to me about business all the time.
Yes.
Well, I'll say this, and I hope the IRS is listening. When they put them dinners and them trips on and say this was business, now it's, validated, it's on record. Your Honor, we said it on a podcast on here. Check this out. We talk about business all the time, because even with my kids, I mean, they're 11 and 7, and I talked about business, and my wife does too. So one of us has to be like, hold on. What are we gonna talk about? You know what I mean? And Quentin, if I'm not talking about business and I'm talking to my kids, I'm talking about like jiu-jitsu or something with them, and because they're girls. And I'm like, nah, somebody in between your legs. What did your teacher tell you? Do this move because that's gonna break their arm. Then you gotta, so it's okay to talk about business. If not, he might be talking about fighting like me. And my kids say, dang, you know anything else besides business and fighting? I said, I'm from Oakland. Y'all been there. Y'all know. What else are we going to talk about? Money or defending yourself.
You know how we get that.
Now, when you guys are doing the business, do you guys have any favorite conferences that you like? Because I find that conferences make the difference between businesses. And I think that's so cool when you can take your spouse and hit a conference, and that is a date night to me. I know to the women it may be different, but that's date night to us, so forgive us.
Well, I would say we haven't did too many conferences.
We don't do conferences together. I go to herbalism conferences.
Yeah, she'll go to stuff herself. And then
you do your
I went to a Klaviyo, like my email marketing joint. Like I went to that one last year. I went to that one by myself or whatnot. But I think because we both have different roles and different things that we're into, and it allows us to have time to ourselves. She'll go to her herbal conferences because she's into the herbs and those types of things. And I'm into the business stuff. So I'm going to those internet marketing and stuff like that.
And for anybody who wants to see more of how they do things, they do have a beautiful website and a YouTube channel. And so they really, do this. Now, CBD is the wave right now. You can see it sold at every store. They're putting it in everything. Even this bug spray may have some CBD in it for when I'm gonna, spray the flies. Do you have a CBD product?
We actually don't. We've looked into CBD several times, but we don't have a CBD product. We do use hemp. We do have a 420 citrus hemp soap where we utilize hemp oil in that soap. So that's about the only thing we do. We have not ventured off into CBD as of yet, just because of I don't know, just sourcing. We just really haven't.
Yeah, we just haven't.
We just haven't ventured off into it, but we've thought about it several times.
I think really what it was with COVID last year, we was extremely busy last year. So we didn't drop no new products last year, at all. We're literally about to drop a new product tomorrow. And it's actually the first time that we dropped a new product in almost 2 years.
Wow. Yeah. And during COVID, did business kick up? Because I know a lot of businesses, did well during COVID.
Yeah, COVID was amazing for us. I mean, it was very hard, but we scaled a lot that year. We went from we had 3 employees pre-COVID, and we ended up afterwards, we was at 25 plus.
Okay. And you guys talked about the 420 hemp oil. I just heard a hater. I can hear them while they, before they hear the interview. Can you talk about that soap and what it can and can't do? Because I can already see some potheads saying, oh, a new way to get high. And so
somebody already said that, talking about, can you get high off the soap? Because I felt like I used it and I got high. I said, no, you didn't. I said, no, you probably felt some type of way off the essential oils. You thought it's a placebo effect, because no, you didn't get high. But no, it's just hemp oil, and hemp oil is very moisturizing for the skin. It has rejuvenating properties for the skin as well, helps to repair skin cells. So we like to use hemp oil for the 420, but the inspiration from the 420 hemp soap did come from 420. It was a soap that we created a couple of years ago when we were doing a 420 event.
We dropped it on 420.
We dropped it on 420. And I was thinking, I always think about the earth and hemp too, but
yeah, we dropped
that. Was that was the original, and then we switched it up and added it to the line because we're only bringing it out for a limited time during 420, but it had got such great reviews. People were looking for it more so we just added it to the line. It's been on there for a couple of years now at this point.
you have a premium product. And I say that because, you know, people, and I say especially for our community, if it was in the store and they say $20 for some soap versus $2 for Suave, right? It's a premium product, but you have to pay for premium. And a lot of people pay for that in clothes and jewelry and cars. Can you talk about, you know, the one-time purchase versus the 10% you can save on subscription? And is there even like a wholesale price that people can get that maybe, you know, knocks off shipping and knocks off, you know, you get it even cheaper if you want to buy it maybe through your business?
Oh, the product, you're talking about the premiumness of the product, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
and our pricing.
Yeah, so our pricing, you know, each bar is between $6 to $7, and we have that bundle that we do the 5 bars for $25. So you do save a little bit if you do that or whatnot. The one-time purchase, you know, that's just, you know, if you go to our site and you just want to get the product for one time, meaning like you don't want to subscribe, do the one-time purchase, you get your bars at the price that it's listed at. The subscribe and save is actually a good thing, because and this is for people that I would say that have tried our product. You might have tried the sampler pack. You might have tried a full bar. And you're like, you know what? I like this product so much, I want to just go ahead and get it monthly. Then you should do that subscribe and save, because you will save about 10% on the individual product, and you'll get it recurring if you want it 1 month, 2 months, every 3 months.
You don't even got to think about it.
Yeah, you ain't got to think about it. It just comes. A lot of people like that model today. And then what was that last?
Wholesale.
Oh yeah, then wholesale. So we haven't did any wholesale. Believe it or not, we have 0 wholesale business. And the only reason why is because production has always been a bottleneck from us from day one, because we hand make all the products. So we have trouble meeting the demand of our own website. Because last year we was behind on orders about 2 months just from our own website. So we wouldn't even be the best vendors to, like, we wouldn't be the best wholesalers for people who want to sell our product, because our website gets a lot of traffic. And like I said, I know that right there.
That's why I got outside.
Yeah, for those who can't see, I had some type of big hornet, I'm gonna say, massive hornet attack, and I just had to give them that off. But,
I understand. But I was saying that we have a hard time with just meeting the demand on our own website, because we get a lot of orders and get a lot of traffic. I mean, right about now, we're getting about 300-400 orders a day from our site. So, you know, as we continue to grow our internal processes, we will be able to take that on. And so many people, we have a list of like thousands of people who are waiting to sell our product wholesale. And we keep telling them every year, we think that we're going to get into it, but our direct to consumer just continues to grow and grow as more and more people keep knowing about us. And my accountant is like, hey, if people are continuing to come to you, you got to continue to just, you know, meet that demand, and you got to keep pushing the wholesale back, because I mean, that's the name of the game today. I mean, direct to consumer is a huge thing. And if people are coming directly to you, you know what I'm saying, and we're not taking the hit on the margin, then we're going to continue to service that. But trust me, as we continue to build out our processes and our internal processes and get more efficient, we will take on that wholesale component.
So with the production, to step it up to the next level, would you then need to say, look, we need a bigger factory, we need to hire, 15 more people? And I'm thinking like, if you were on Shark Tank, the questions they would ask, like, what do you have to do to kick it up to that next level?
Yeah, we would definitely need bigger facility, because right now our space now is about 8,000 something square feet. So we would need to have a bigger space. We would need to hire more people to just scale out the process of the production. Also, too, one of the biggest things is, and we're still learning this, is learning how to scale the process up, but still keep the quality. That's one of the biggest questions is, how do you scale it up and produce more, but you don't diminish the quality? Because that is our bread and butter. Like, people love the quality, and we don't want the quality to diminish. So, I mean, that's a big thing for us right now. Like, we've scaled up our process from the day when we were doing it in 2016 till now, and we've still maintained the quality. And we just want to make sure that we continue to maintain that quality. So we will get to it though. Trust me, we will get to that point where we will be able to service, way more people. I think an engineer, I think we need to definitely get an engineer in there, because an engineer will definitely help us to look at our process and scale it out.
And the quality, people hear that all the time. They say, a McDonald's burger isn't going to be a burger that you get at like Ruth Chris because they have to produce so many more. I tell people in cooking, it's because you got to put your finger in the dish, right? You give it that love. And I would think with soap, it would be the same thing. So if is it that the machine then doing what the hands used to do, you're missing that? Is that about right? Or
I think it's a small batch.
Yeah, because we still utilize the machines, and then we still have, we just grew out our team. So we still have, because that's something that is important to us as we continue to grow. Machines help make it easier. And, sometimes humans, they don't want to do everything, but it's also important to us to still have real hands touching the product, creating the product, and being a part of the production of the product. So it's a balance of both. We use machines to help automate processes and make it easier. And then we got the hands to keep the people involved.
But that small batch, we literally, like right now, we make our soaps in, what is it, about 20-pound batches, because it's 4 molds, 5 pounds. So it's about 20-pound batches we're making them in, and we're pouring them into individual molds. So I think doing it like that allows us to like really keep like a nice quality into it. You know what I'm saying?
Quality control.
Because I'm not sure what it would look like if you took that 20-pound batch and made a 200-pound batch or a 2,000-pound batch. We have, and that's something that we will test out, because that's how we even got to where we are now. We kept testing it. We was like, hey, let's double this. Let's see what it's like. Let's increase it, see where we at. And then now we got to where we at now.
Now, this is for entrepreneurs only game. You have an 8,000 square facility, and congratulations to that, because you have to have a leap of faith to say, I believe in our product. I know what we're doing. I talked to so many entrepreneurs who are scared to make that jump. When you made that jump, did you do like a co-packing? Did you buy the factory yourself? Did you rent it, lease it? Because I'm just trying to see, where you were at, so I can put in my head, okay, that's how their movie, that's where the second scene is, what level did you go when you made that leap to say, we need such a big place?
So believe it or not, in 2019, we got a 1,000 square foot brick and mortar spot. It was a store, and it was a 300 square feet store in the front and 700 square feet in the back was for production. During COVID, we 10x'd our whole company during COVID last year. So in the beginning of that, we were just like, I kept telling my accountant, I was like, man, we need more space. And I said, I found a warehouse around the corner. We really need this space. And a lot of people were that were telling me in my ear were kind of just like, hey, continue to maximize space. Are you sure you're going to be able to afford it? Are you sure that once COVID is kind of hit its peak or whatever, like, is business going to go back down? So I just kind of had to just shut all that noise out. And I took the leap of faith, and we went and got that warehouse. We rented it. So we leased this warehouse space, literally right around the corner from our store, our retail store. So we have a retail store and we have the warehouse. So honestly, it was just, we found the space that we needed. We knew we needed it, and we just moved. We just went with it. There was a little bit of like, oh, we'll be able to afford it, but I knew we'll be able to afford it. You know what I'm saying? Well, my accountant was giving us the advice, was just like, hey man, are you sure? It was kind of like more on the defense, but he looks at the numbers on one end, but I'm like, I see the numbers and I'm also in it. So I knew what we needed and what we could do. So it was like a leap of faith to just, if you need it and you know that you can. I think the entrepreneur, they know. I think they know, like, they know for real, like, I need to get this space or whatnot,
Okay, and so having the brick and mortar and the factory, man, what a blessing. And you guys might see, Quentin Terre and say, man, how do you get this game, whatnot? But this is, Georgia State, This is not somebody who just had an idea, he put planning into it. And, you know, I love to hear that. Now, with the success that you guys have had, and the best is yet to come, the best, I saw like an own image when, you know, I saw the own image. I don't know if they're talking about business or relationships or both, you know, Black love, I don't know, but I saw the own image when I said that. What is a community give back that you guys are doing or that you want to do in the future?
Currently for us right now, I think one of the biggest community givebacks that we're doing, well, we actually just talked about it on our Instagram. So we, last year during the pandemic, we had some high school kids come and start working for us. And from there, they brought along some of their friends. And then a lot of them were seniors in high school. They've since graduated from high school within this past upcoming graduation year. And so we ended up getting a plaque from the local high school, South Paulding High School here, for our participation in the work study program, just giving these young, and a lot of the people who came from that school were young Black men. So it was just an honor for us to be able to give young Black men who are about to experience and go off to college and go off into the workforce a little bit more, their last year of senior year, you know, being able to provide jobs for them. Another thing for us is just being able to provide jobs in general in the community. Of course, because we have a warehouse, we have a store within Douglasville. So being able to provide jobs to people that live locally within that community has been such an honor for us, something that we're happy that we're able to do. Not only that, but we do also do like donations. When people reach out to us asking us for various donations for their organizations, we try to give when we can.
Yeah, providing those jobs I think that's a huge
The number one for us.
Especially people that is local.
That's a big thing. And, you know, when you say for Black men, where I don't care if you didn't go to school or if you did, it's not easy to find a job. You guys being in Atlanta, you know, it seems to everyone outside, oh man, just go to Atlanta. Problem is everybody's in Atlanta. And, you know, Atlanta has its own, you know, pool of talent and can be in its own clique. But yeah, that's a big deal, especially if any Black men have had, you know, issues with the law, because that's not an easy thing to navigate or expunge. So, you know, I'm talking. You can't tell. I'm talking about personal experience. It ain't easy to, you know, to do that, because you could be accused of jaywalking. You pulled up, now you got a jaywalking ticket and you're trying to go to the job and what's this? And they say you didn't pay it. Now you got, you know, misdemeanor or whatever. So I love to hear that.
No, that's
yeah. With your YouTube, what are your guys' plans and goals? Because I'm saying, you know, there's a documentary, there's a future family channel. Do you guys really like YouTube like that, or is it just a marketing thing at this point?
Well, YouTube, I like YouTube. I think YouTube, to me, I would say that's probably like one of our number one focus right now. I mean, it's to document the journey of how we've been growing this company, and also to educate people about, you know, skincare and just the lifestyle around it. I mean, you could find Terrence after our videos where she's answering various questions. She's showing different lifestyle things. Like we just dropped a video she talked about how watermelon and cucumber, how you can, you know, use that to hydrate yourself internally, which in turn will help the skin. So like I said, it's just a platform for us to document our journey. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're one of the only companies that are like documenting our journey. Like you could literally go to our YouTube channel from like video probably earlier in our days and really just see the progression and the growth that's been happening on YouTube. And then, so yes, I mean, it also is a marketing thing as well, because I mean, content is king. I mean, if you're not producing content today, I mean, it's very hard for you to kind of be noticed and for people to kind of support you, because they don't even know what you're doing. So, you know, our YouTube channel is our voice, and it's you know, people can feel the energy and see exactly what we're doing and really get a peek into, you know, what urban eating is about.
Well, I love it. You guys, you will love it as well. Check the links in the description. I want to take the conversation off air. because, you know, I want to talk about stuff that is about what the next steps are, and you guys will see them on future shows like the African Diaspora News Channel, and we're going to hopefully set a date right now. So let me talk to Quentin, and I'm going to call Karen Lauryn Hill's younger sister, because that's the vibe.
That's my favorite.
We love Lauryn Hill.
So you guys, if you do nothing else, share this game and be blessed.
Are you tired of the rat race in America? Are you ready to visit the motherland to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stress the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand, or 10,000 Kenyan shillings, or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from Kellen Cash, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.